Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy you're joining me today. Now, let's talk about something that every relationship really needs, but honestly, doesn't always get enough attention. Real, honest relationship advice. You know the kind I'm talking about, the stuff no one really tells you when you're in the middle of a relationship. It's easy to hear all the romantic cliches, but what about the raw, unfiltered truth? The things that will actually make or break your bond with someone? That's what we're diving into today. So, grab your favorite cup of tea, get comfy, and let's get real about relationships. Because let's face it, if we're going to make love work, we need to be honest with each other, right? Let's dive in. Expectations versus reality. Let's start with something we all experience but rarely talk about: expectations. We're constantly exposed to these perfect representations of love in movies, TV shows, and even on Instagram. But here's the hard truth. Real relationships aren't flawless, and that's okay. Here's the advice no one really tells you. Your partner is not a mind reader, and neither are you. We all come into relationships with unspoken expectations, often shaped by past experiences or what we think love should look like. But the reality? Every relationship requires constant communication, patience, and adjustment. It's easy to expect your partner to just know what you want or for things to fall into place effortlessly. But the truth is, that's rarely the case. You can't expect your partner to magically know what you need and vice versa. This is where communication becomes absolutely vital. Here's the key. Learn to communicate openly. If something is bothering you, say it. If you want something from your partner, ask for it. It doesn't matter if it's a small request, like wanting more quality time together, or something deeper, like needing emotional support. Without clear communication, you're both just guessing. When you learn to express your needs and desires clearly, you avoid unnecessary frustration. It's not about creating a perfect relationship, but about creating a partnership where both people feel heard and understood. And that means not just speaking up, but also listening, really listening, to your partner's feelings and perspectives. At the end of the day, the reality of relationships is that they take work, effort, and mutual understanding. But when both partners are willing to communicate openly and honestly, it lays the foundation for a much stronger and more fulfilling connection. So the next time you find yourself frustrated with your partner, take a moment to ask yourself, have I communicated clearly? Because once you start talking openly and honestly, you'll see that so many of those perfect love expectations start to melt away, and you'll create something even better, something real. The importance of self-love. Here's another one that's absolutely crucial but doesn't get enough attention: self-love. I know it sounds cliché, right? But trust me, it's not. You can't truly give love to someone else if you don't love yourself first. And I'm not just talking about liking the way you look or treating yourself to a spa day. Self-love is about much more than that. It's about taking care of your mind, your emotions, and your overall well-being. Self-love means nurturing your mental and emotional health too. It's about checking in with yourself. Do you know how to manage your stress? Are you aware of your emotional triggers? Can you sit with your thoughts, be alone, and feel content without relying on someone else to make you feel worthy or complete? Here's the thing. You can't expect someone else to fix your insecurities or fill the gaps in your life. That's a heavy and unfair burden to place on your partner. No one person can be responsible for your happiness. And honestly, they shouldn't have to be. It's important to take the time to work on yourself, whether it's through therapy, setting personal goals, learning new skills, or simply figuring out what makes you happy. Self-love means taking responsibility for your own well-being. It's about feeling whole, just as you are, without depending on someone else to complete you. Building self-love isn't about being perfect or always feeling great. It's about having the confidence and self-respect to show up for yourself, day in and day out. It's about understanding your worth without needing external validation from your partner or anyone else. When you love yourself, you create a solid foundation for a healthy relationship. You enter it as a whole person, not someone looking for someone else to fill your emotional gaps. And when you're secure in who you are, that makes it easier to give love to others. You won't put undue pressure on your partner to fix you or make you feel better when you're down. Instead, you'll be able to support each other, knowing that both of you are strong and complete individuals who choose to be together, not because you need each other to feel whole. So, take time for yourself. Cultivate your self-worth. Whether that's through self-care practices, personal growth, or simply being comfortable in your own skin. The more you love yourself, the more capable you'll be of loving someone else, and the stronger your relationship will become. The power of conflict resolution. Next up, let's talk about something that's inevitable in every relationship: conflict. It doesn't matter how much you love each other or how perfect things seem, every couple will face disagreements. The real question is, how do you handle those moments of tension? Here's the golden advice: don't avoid conflict. I know it might sound easier to just avoid the tough conversations, to let things slide or pretend everything is fine. But avoiding conflict never leads to resolution. In fact, it often makes things worse. Disagreements are completely normal in any relationship. They don't mean that something is broken. They're actually a natural part of a healthy, growing relationship. What matters is how you approach conflict. If you choose to avoid it, problems just simmer underneath the surface. Eventually, they can explode into bigger issues, causing resentment and distance. So, here's the key. Instead of avoiding conflict, lean into it. Confront it with intention and with the mindset that you're trying to solve the problem together. When handled correctly, conflict can strengthen your relationship, not tear it apart. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, focus on the issue at hand, not the person you're arguing with. In the heat of a moment, it's easy to attack or criticize your partner personally. You might say things like, "You always do this," or "You never listen to me." But those types of statements only make the other person feel defensive and hurt. Here's a really important principle. Never use insults, blame, or personal attacks during an argument. Words can be weapons, and once they're said, you can't take them back. If you attack your partner's character, it's going to create emotional wounds that can take a long time to heal. The goal in conflict resolution is to focus on the problem, not to make your partner feel bad. Instead, when a disagreement arises, aim to stay calm and focused. Listen actively. Don't just wait for your turn to speak. Try to really hear what your partner is saying, and make sure they know that you understand their feelings. Ask questions to clarify their perspective. "Can you explain what you mean by that?" Or, "I see how that could upset you. Tell me more." This shows that you care about their point of view. And here's a game changer. Practice empathy. Instead of getting defensive, try to step into your partner's shoes. Imagine what they might be feeling, even if you don't agree with their perspective. When you acknowledge their emotions, whether it's frustration, sadness, or fear, it opens up the space for both of you to communicate more effectively. Conflict doesn't have to end with frustration or bitterness. When handled with empathy and understanding, it can lead to a deeper connection. You don't need to agree on everything, but you need to respect each other's feelings and work together toward a resolution. And that brings you closer, building trust and strengthening your bond. When you approach conflict with curiosity and a desire to understand each other, you're not just solving the issue at hand, you're creating a foundation of trust and respect that will help your relationship weather future challenges. And remember, it's not about being right, it's about being together. So, next time you face a disagreement with your partner, don't shy away from it. Instead, lean into the conversation with empathy, patience, and respect. You'll find that working through conflict in a healthy way can bring you closer than ever before. Remember, conflict isn't a threat to your relationship. It's an opportunity to grow. Handle it with care, and you'll emerge stronger together. Time and space. Here's something that most people don't realize early in relationships. Space is just as important as quality time together. It might sound a little counterintuitive, right? After all, we're often told that the more time you spend with your partner, the stronger the connection. But here's the thing. Sometimes being together too much can actually make things more complicated than they need to be. Yes, spending quality time together is vital for building closeness, but personal time is just as important. It's easy to get wrapped up in the idea that you need to be attached at the hip, but it's crucial not to lose your individuality in the process. Having time apart allows both partners to recharge. It gives you space to reflect, pursue personal interests, and nurture your own passions and goals. This is how you maintain a healthy sense of self within the relationship. If you lose sight of who you are, the relationship can start to feel like a source of pressure rather than joy. Now, here's the magic of it all. When you give each other space, you actually bring more to the relationship when you reconnect. Think about it. When you have the chance to explore your own interests or recharge in your own way, you come back to your partner with new energy, fresh experiences, and renewed appreciation for each other. It may seem strange at first, but giving each other space can actually strengthen your bond. When you're both confident and content as individuals, you can bring that positive energy back into the relationship. And that makes your connection deeper and more fulfilling. So, next time you feel a little overwhelmed or drained from constant togetherness, don't feel guilty about needing some space. It's not about growing apart, it's about growing together. By first growing as individuals, when you take care of yourself, you can better take care of each other. The power of appreciation. Now let's dive into something simple, yet incredibly powerful: appreciation. In our busy lives, it's easy to overlook the small things, especially when it comes to relationships. We often get so caught up in the grind of daily routines that we forget to acknowledge the little acts of kindness that keep us connected. But here's the truth. Relationships thrive on recognition. Whether it's a heartfelt thank you, a small gesture, or even just a smile in the middle of a busy day, these acts of appreciation are what keep the emotional bond strong. It's not just about big gestures or grand moments. It's the everyday moments of kindness that truly count. Think about it. When someone takes the time to acknowledge something you've done, whether it's helping with the dishes, listening to a long-winded story, or just being there when you need them, doesn't that make you feel valued? That simple act of appreciation, whether it's verbal or physical, has the power to create deeper emotional intimacy. It shows your partner that they matter, that their efforts are seen, and that they're valued. And the beauty is, it's a two-way street. When you take the time to show appreciation, you also build up your own emotional reserves. It's a reminder to both of you that you're in this together, that you're a team, and you both deserve to be recognized for your contributions. Appreciation doesn't have to be complex or extravagant. It can be as simple as saying, "Thank you for making the bed in the morning," or acknowledging your partner for handling a stressful situation with grace. These little moments are what make relationships feel secure and loved. So take a moment today, whether you're in a relationship or not, and appreciate the people who are there for you. It's one of the easiest ways to cultivate a deeper connection and create a positive, loving atmosphere between you and the ones you care about. So let's wrap this up with a quick reminder. The best relationship advice no one tells you? It's about focusing on the things that really matter. Open and honest communication, taking care of yourself first through self-love, learning to resolve conflicts in a healthy way, allowing each other the space to grow individually, and always showing appreciation for the little things your partner does. Relationships aren't about perfection or fitting into some picture-perfect mold. They're about growth, understanding, and doing the work to build something meaningful, day by day. It's about showing up, not just for the good times, but when things get tough too. It's about learning, evolving, and making each other better versions of yourselves. And remember, it's not about finding the perfect persons. It's about being the right person for yourself and for each other. When both partners are dedicated to doing their best, the relationship can truly thrive. So, if you found any of these insights helpful, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and share what's the best relationship advice you've ever received, whether it's something you've learned from experience or advice that's really stuck with you. I read all your comments and truly value your insights, so let's get the conversation going. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up It helps the channel grow and helps more people find this content. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any future videos. Trust me, you don't want to miss the upcoming ones. I've also got a couple of other videos you'll love, including one on how to communicate better in your relationship and another on how to set healthy boundaries. Both are linked right here. Trust me, these will take your relationship to the next level. Take care of yourselves and each other. See you in the next video.